You may be wondering, Ryan, why is it too dark in there? You got lots of lights in the attic. Why is that the only light that's turned on? Because we are going to talk about that practical light in this video. And just to give you a little tease on how you are going to use it. Having said that, let's roll the intro. Paramount Pro. Hey, what's up guys, ryanaudencial and boy, thank you so much for coming back here on my channel. Before we continue, let me turn on all my lights, just so you can see me properly. Just give me a sec. Okay, first let's turn on my backlight, my hair light, there, and lastly, my key. Hello there. And let me just dim that practical just a bit. There you go. See, I didn't even stand up. I just used my phone. Aputure, baby. Now back to the video. Today we are going to review one of the products that made me say, man, that's genius. It's from Aputure, obviously, and this is the Aputure Accent B7C. Well, this is just a box. That is the Aputure Accent B7C. Disclaimer time. Aputure sent me this light or that light for a review video, but I am allowed to say anything that I want to say about this or that light. Another disclaimer. This is not a technical review. This is not a Gerald Undone type of a review, because that guy's crazy. I'm not that crazy. So to start this review video, you know what's next. Let me show you first what's in the box. Inside the box, you get the manual, a small box here with a travel pouch, and the Aputure Accent B7C. And that's pretty much it. The Aputure Accent B7C is a 7-watt RGB WW LED light bulb. Let's talk about the build quality first. The entire chassis of the B7C is made out of aluminum and it has a heatsink to manage the heat. It has no fans, so you won't have to worry about fan noise. It has 3 buttons here. One is a power/mode button. The other buttons are the plus and the minus buttons. And then this part, the diffusion cover, has this toroidal design that lets the heat inside dissipate properly. Let me just get that light, okay? There. And this is the B7C. Look at this. This is the toroidal design. It has a hole inside. But once you turn on the light, you won't see that hole anymore. That hole helps with the heat. One of the most useful holes that I saw in my entire life. And finally, the B7C features a standard E26/E27 bulb socket. So you can use this with almost all of the household lamps that's been made. The Accent B7C has a CCT or color temperature that ranges from 2000 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin. The B7C has 2 power modes, AC and DC mode. In AC mode, the B7C acts as an ordinary bulb, meaning if you turn on the lamp, it will also turn on. Let me show that to you. Let me switch this light on, and there you go. Just like an ordinary lamp. Maybe we can lower down our key light, or maybe just like this. In DC mode, self-explanatory, it uses its built-in battery. Yes, the Accent B7C is the first color mixing filmmaking smart bulb that utilizes built-in battery. So you can use this even without a bulb socket. Let me remove this again. And there. How do you charge this thing? You can charge this thing by using, yeah, you guessed it right, the bulb socket. So let me just put it back there. 2 hours to fully charge this thing when the light is inactive or not in standby mode. When fully charged, its battery will last up to 1 hour and 10 minutes in full intensity. It can also be charged while it's active or when it's turned on or not in standby mode. But the charging will automatically stop when the heat is too much. So in other words, this will charge longer if you are using it or it's active or not in standby mode. Standby mode meaning it's active but it's not emitting any light. The Accent B7C also guarantees no flickers even in high shutter speeds. Earlier, you saw me control this light using just my phone, right? Because yes, the Accent B7C is compatible with the SideSlink app. When you use the app with this connected, the features goes on and on and on and on. Now let me show you how I control this light with the SideSlink app. I have here my practical B7C. Let me choose that. Then of course you can turn it on and off. There, and you can adjust the intensity here. There are shortcuts here. I'm sorry if this footage is too warm for you. Let me adjust that. You can adjust the CCT or the color temperature here. There you go. You can also choose a source type. You can do horizon daylight. There. We can do day whites. We can do overcast sky, blue sky, tungsten, studio lamps, studio CP light, and this is what I like, the HMI 5600. We also have the HMI 6000. We also have daylight. We also have high pressure sodium lamp. We also have warm white halogen. We have this and this. You see, there's a lot to choose from. So we are back at horizon daylight. There is also a source match feature. You can use your phone's camera to find a source. First, let me turn on my Amaran 200X. Let me put that in a warm temperature, and then let me go back to my practical B7C and let's choose source match, and I will use my phone's camera to find a source match. So right now I'll be taking a photo there, and as you can see it says 2900K. So right now that source was transmitted to my phone using the phone's camera, and then the phone's camera transmitted that source to match it with my B7C. I hope you got that. Now, since this is also an RGB WW LED light, it can also produce almost all of the saturated colors in the Rec 2020 color space, about 90% of the colors. To control the colors, let me click that color and tap and drag this wheel. The SideSlink app also allows your B7C to be paired or grouped with other Aputure lights that is compatible with the SideSlink app. Here's an example. This is an Aputure MC. Let me take that off and let's turn it on. This is the Aputure MC. I'll be reviewing this as well, so watch out for that. This is also connected to my SideSlink app. Now watch as I control them both. Practical, let me make that red, and let me choose this one. Let me make this blue, and there you go. Now that is just a basic pairing and controlling capabilities of the SideSlink app. With the SideSlink app and with all the lights that connected to it, the possibilities are almost endless. You can do pretty much anything with the SideSlink app and with all the lights connected to it. But I won't be discussing the SideSlink app right now. I just showed you one of the possibilities with this app. Now let me turn this thing off. Again, I will be reviewing the Aputure MC4 light travel kit. And speaking of kits, the Accent B7C also has this 8 light charging kit if ever you need more than 7 of this. And back to the app before I forget, if your B7C is connected to your SideSlink app, it also unlocks the effects. And to enable the effects, let's go to the effect tab, and you can see here fire. Let's start the fire. We have here pulsing. Start that. You can change the color. Blue. Confirm. There. We have TV effect. We have lightning. Faulty bulb. We have fireworks. There. We have again paparazzi. We have party lights. And back to the cop car effect. Those are your effects. Now, if you don't want to use the app, you can still use the B7C even without your phone. Okay, let me just remove this and let me turn on my key light. There, turn this off first. There you go. To turn it on and off, you just have to press the power button once. Now, to change the intensity, of course, you just have to press the minus and the plus button. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, the Aputure B7C has a wide range of CCT or correlated color temperature. It ranges from 2000 to 10,000 Kelvin. And while you are using just the buttons, we have a quick access to those color temperatures. You just have to press the power button twice. We have here the warmest color. This is 2000 Kelvin. Let me press the power button again twice. We have 2700K. We have 3200K. We have 4300K. We have 5500K. And lastly, we have 6500K. So you have 6 presets to work with, even without using the app. Just press the power button twice. Now, to have a comparison, let's compare the intensity of the B7C and the Aputure MC. Okay, just a quick test. Again, this is the Aputure MC. Now, let me do the same thing with the B7C. Let me turn off that. This is the B7C, highest intensity. I did that just to give you an idea how bright this thing is. Now, you may be wondering, what's this for? What are the uses of the Accent B7C? This light is made to be used as a practical light. What is a practical light? A practical light is an actual working light that you see on screen or in the scene. This practical light can be like this, a lampshade, a street lamp, a vehicle headlight, Christmas lights, a candle, or any other light sources. That's a practical light. Now, this being an actual light bulb, this will work like any other light bulb in the world. Let's put this back here. There. I am now using it as a lampshade. This is a practical light that you see on the screen. Now that we are done with the features, tests, and possible uses, here are my final thoughts about the Accent B7C. Let's start out with the things I like. Number 1, I like that it can be used as a normal light bulb and can fit in most of the bulb sockets in the world. Number 2, I like the design. I know most of the time this won't be seen on camera, but look at that design. Elegant yet Tony Stark-ish design. Reminds me of Tony's chest piece. Number 3, I like its versatility when it comes to color mixing. Number 4, I like that it has no flickers even in high shutter speeds. And lastly, I like that it's compatible with the Sidus Link app because I'm using Aputure products inside the attic. And most of the time, I don't want to just stand up and turn that thing on, turn that thing on, turn this thing on. I just want to sit down and control them all using my phone. And like I've said earlier, once this is connected to the Sidus Link app, the possibilities are almost endless. Now, here are the things that I don't like about the Accent B7C. Number 1, I am using this as an ordinary light bulb inside the app with this lampshade. Let me tell you what I mean. Okay, let me switch that on. And for example, I'm done using this. I want to turn it off. It stays on. I just wish it turns off when I switch the lamp off. It automatically switches to DC mode each time I switch the lamp off. And I get it. It's a safety feature. For example, you're in a shoot and there's a power outage. Cut the power, the light is still on, camera is still rolling. I get that. I get that feature, but I don't like it. The second thing that I don't like about the B7C is this. It has no USB charging ports. The only way to charge this thing is to use a bulb socket. I understand that this is a light bulb and it needs a bulb socket. I just wish it has a USB charging port, but I get it. If you need a light that has a USB charging port and doesn't need a bulb socket, you have the Aputure MC for that. Now, who is this for? The Aputure Accent B7C is for the filmmakers that hate flickering practical lights. For the filmmakers or content creators that wants to take their lighting skills into a whole new level. If you're a filmmaker that is serious in lighting their scenes, the Aputure Accent B7C is a must-have. Now that has been my review of the Aputure Accent B7C. If you want to know more about this product, make sure to check out the links below. If this video helped you, please Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell as well. Once again, this has been ryanaudencial. Thank you so much for being here, and see you in the next video. Happy birthday to me.